Introduction. I believe that for us to understand what's going on in this story from Mark chapter 4, verses 35 to 41, and how it might speak to us in our context, we need to read it not only as a part of Mark's larger narrative, but also against the backdrop of the first century world, the Roman world. Three things that are important for us to know about the Roman context of Mark. First, Rome was a world of steep social and economic stratification, resulting in devastating social and economic oppression for most of its subjects. Second, the elites' hegemonic hold on political, social, economic, and religious power was normalized through a culture of division, elites' claim to mastery, and fear. Third, despite the elites' claim to an exercise of mastery over the majority, many within Israel did resist. Now I will shift our horizon to our context today, the world in front of the text. As we consider how this story from Mark chapter 4 may speak to our time and place, what are some realities in our society that are like the world in which Mark composed his gospel? Australia is certainly not first century Rome, at least not yet. For one, we don't have an emperor. There are real and significant differences in how most fare socially and economically within Australian society compared to the widespread deprivation that was so common in ancient Rome. For instance, we still have a fairly strong, notwithstanding weakening middle class. Life expectancies are more than triple than that of ancient Rome. Many more people today are educated at levels only few achieved in ancient Rome. So we are not Rome. And yet there are, I think, troubling parallels between the world in which we live and the world in which Jesus and his earliest followers live. Ours is a society of increasing economic stratification, where wealth becomes more and more concentrated in the hands of an elite few. Within Australian society, and still today, white people's hegemonic hold on political, social, and economic power has been normalized through a history and culture of colonization and division. Today, Australia is no longer an egalitarian society. This myth that Australia is a place that characterized by justice, equality, fairness, and tolerance is no longer a reality. The COVID-19 pandemic has shone a very harsh light on everything that was wrong with the global order before its onset. Over the last year, the virus has retraced and often exacerbated the fault lines of class, gender, race, and social injustice. The big evil of our world today, perversely leaving the well-off better off, and the lives of the marginalized even more marginal and precarious.